Comfortably breathing in and out. Find your own tempo, your own resonance of breathing, and then gently slow that down. Sink deeper into yourself. Sink deeper into your intention for this time, this session. Expand your heart energy to 6 feet in all directions. Extend it down to the heart of Mother Earth. Receive from her that which she has to offer you energetically. Breathe up to Source through your higher chakras, and then follow this in and out breathing for a while as we call in the support teams and set up the temples. We ask for the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, and the karmic board to merge deeply and fully with us now through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for our God presences, our guides, our Ascension Councils to work in harmonious group consciousness together, so the highest of the highest of the highest will be shown here today for all of us in our here and now. As for a temple of Mother Gaia grounding to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. We ask for a temple of God Presence communion to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. Finally, we ask for a temple of divine union to anchor and activate through all dimensions of our fields. Become aware how the support teams around you and your higher self and the frequency of the temples opens your field and raises your base frequency. Allow this to move through you, and then bring your consciousness and your attention to the God Presence Communion Temple. And then find a seat in the circle here. You may notice there are many others here with you today. And today's session is guided by Archangel Michael. At the core of the temple, Michael has placed 12 swords. Focus your attention on these energetic swords now. And through your 12 primary chakras, transmit your energy to the center of the space where these swords are, and receive back from them. Letting go of any constriction you may feel in general around swords, Michael says, which may seem like a very basic thing. However, that is a first step today, he explains. Hand over any fears or constriction or worries. Any blocks you may have, hand them over to myself, he says, or to your higher self or your support team for transformation. These are old energies you no longer need. And today's journey, he explains, will focus on the very ancient energetic art of cord cutting. Now, you may be somewhat familiar with cord cutting, or have heard of it before, or have experienced it, or have done it before, Michael says. Today's session will focus more on a fuller explanation and some very practical exercises. Michael explains that cutting cords will always involve unhealthy energetic cords. And cords are often connections to your chakras, to other people, places, events, for instance. There's also many healthy cords that you have. For instance, your heart connections, heart to heart with people you care about, people in your life. That even if you have themes and issues to work out with them, there's still a deep love and a heart connection. Or an intellectual understanding, perhaps, a brow-to-brow connection, and so many others, he explains. Now, today's session and exercise is not about, in any way, severing healthy cords. And if you're worried about, well, how will I know if it's a healthy or unhealthy cord? Your higher self will guide you, and Michael explains you can always call him in to assist you with cord cutting. Now you can choose to cut cords yourself or allow Michael to cut cords. Today Michael says he will be doing all the cord cutting. There's also other options of severing energetic cords, which are not the general information stream today, he explains. For instance, you can use energetic fire to sever cords and many other things. Ultimately, the result is the same. The cord is severed, the chakras are sealed with often gold or platinum, and we call on the universal energy or Divine Mother to take care of, manage the disbalance that is created by cutting the unhealthy cord. So it is important to understand that every cord in your energetic system was agreed upon by yourself as well, on some level. Now this may not always make sense. However, you can trust that this is the case, for that is the only way that these unhealthy cords can form. So on some level, you either needed to learn a lesson or you chose for these unhealthy cords to people, places, events to be created and to be sustained until you decide it's time to remove them. Now when you cut them, you take away your agreement to these cords being connected to your field and inviting the universe or Divine Mother to take care of the energy disbalance means that where energy from your system was going to another person or another place or an event, Divine Mother will hold that energy so that she or the universe will provide the sustaining of that energy until the other side of the energy can be transformed as well. An example is you may be ready to cut an unhealthy cord, but the other person energetically is not. And so you can cut it, you are free from it, and the other person will deal with their side of things when they are ready. Breathe deeply up and down your pillar, Michael explains. Your Ascension Council stands around you, and they will be focusing all their energy on you to provide you with the highest level of clarity in receiving the information that is to come through to you. We will move through 3 parts of today's session, today's exercises, he explains, and the first will be in regards to severing, cutting energetic cords between your multidimensional energy bodies, especially focused on the 12 material dimensions as connected to your earthly incarnation. And yes, you can sever unhealthy cords beyond that on a God presence level for other soul extensions, but that is not the extent of today's session, Michael explains. You will notice the most immediate benefit, he explains, from cutting cords which are connected to your 12 primary energy bodies, as they are grounded and manifested in this material realm. Your higher self and your Ascension Council will assist you in providing the answers that you seek today. We will start with cutting all unhealthy cords that you hold with 3 people or groups of people. Now, what is very important to understand, he explains, is as time does not exist in a linear fashion as it does on Earth, these unhealthy cords can be in your past or your past lives. They can be in your present or your future. Remembering that you as a soul are here today in this session, the soul which is currently in this earthly incarnation, having had many past lives as well, be open to receiving any type of information today. And your higher self, your God presence, your spirit will bring you the person or group of people with whom it will benefit you the most to cut cords. And it will highly likely be more than one energetic cord. And today, Michael explains, so you can focus, he will be doing all the cord cutting. You can always call him in, or you can choose to do this yourself. Both are perfectly fine, he explains. Okay, be ready to receive now? As your higher self and your Ascension Council bring you the first person or group of people with whom it is of the highest for you to sever unhealthy cords energetically. And automatically, after these are cut by myself, says Michael, the relevant chakras that were connected in will be sealed so the cords don't immediately reconnect. And in this case, Divine Mother will manage the energies on the other end of the cord, so that on the other end of the cord, no disbalance, no imbalances are perceived. For this is your personal choice to change this for yourself now. However, you cannot impede on the free will of the person or group connected on the other side of the cord. So allow this information to come forth now. And when you have a clear visual or a sense or a storyline or memories connected to this individual or this group, Michael explains he will then cut all unhealthy cords. And if you would like, you can say in your mind go, or he will tune in, he explains. So receive this information now, and you will know when it is time for these cords to be cut. Some of you will receive this information very quickly. For others, it'll be like trying to see through a very thick fog. Allow yourself your process, and we won't move on, Michael explains, until each and every one of you here is complete with the first individual or group. Cutting cords may feel very freeing, or for a little while it may feel like you've lost a part of yourself, or you're now different, and all of those are true. Your higher self will fill up the energetic changes, and the transformations will be quick, painless, and you will be able to elevate to a higher frequency, because these negative energetic cords have taken energy from you or inserted lower frequencies, limiting thoughts, limiting emotions, limiting energetics into your field, weighing you down like anchors or like bags of sand on a hot air balloon. 80% complete now. %90 complete now. And please continue breathing up and down your pillar and simply surrender as you receive, remembering your Ascension Council and your higher self is focusing all their attention on you, so you receive this information as clearly as is possible in all ways that work best for you. Remembering that cutting unhealthy cords doesn't mean fully disconnecting from this individual or group. It simply means the unhealthy energies are severed. So there can definitely still be healthy connections that remain. And you will notice that the individuals or the groups you work with, your attitude towards them will change. And you will be able to see newer truths, which will assist you to ground a new way of interacting with this individual or this group, no matter if they are in your past, connected to past lives, in your present, or even in your future. Michael explains not to worry too much about the particulars of the timeline and simply to trust the process, for your mind may try to figure it out. However, all information will be clear and the mind will understand everything when it is all processed. 100% complete now with this first person or group. Your Ascension Council and your higher self will now transmit the information about the second individual and or the second group, and also perhaps share some information, whether it's from a past, current, or future timeline. And again, when the time is there, Michael explains, he will cut all unhealthy cords, and again, Divine Mother will manage the energies after that, and all relevant chakras will be sealed with gold or platinum seals. And be open to receiving all sorts of information that is relevant to you as your full Ascension Council and your higher self are focusing this specific stream of information on you, towards you, through you, within you. %60 complete now for person or group number 2. And for some of you, you may notice that you can't quite figure out who this person is or which group the team is working with. Simply trust, simply allow, simply surrender, and know that all is guided in the highest possible way by your spirit, your divine presence, your higher self. 80% complete now. Keep breathing up and down your pillar. And if you feel any constriction in different parts of your energy body, simply try to breathe into those and allow more space for these energies to transform and move through. And for each and every one of you, it'll be very, very different where you feel the energy. Some will feel it much more around your brow, others around the heart, others around the base or sacral. Just trust the process. And it may be very different for each and every person or group you work with. 90% complete now. And complete means for each and every individual here connecting to this session, all unhealthy cords severed, Divine Mother managing the energies and all chakras sealed. Fully complete now for the second person and group. Be ready now and open to receiving the last person or group from your timeline and the cutting of unhealthy cords in relation to this individual or group. Beautiful. Michael says you are all doing very well. Remain in your center. Keep breathing up and down your pillar, allowing the maximum amount of information energetically to come through to you. From Mother Gaia as well, he explains. She is assisting you deeply as well. %50 complete now. And if you find it hard to remain conscious, simply keep focusing on your in and your out breath and allow all the information to come through to you in divine order. 70% complete now. Keep breathing up and down your pillar and receiving the last parts, the last flow of information as Michael cuts all the unhealthy energetic cords. The chakras are sealed, and Divine Mother manages the energy. %80 complete now. Beautiful. Just gently wrapping this up now, Michael says, and the work done so far will be sealed up very gently now as a temporary completion of this first part of the process. The second part of the process, Michael explains, will be the same type of exercise, but now focused on places. And these particular places, again, can be past, present, or future, can be earthly or in different realms and dimensions, different worlds. However, they will always strongly be connected to your earthly incarnation, your current earthly incarnation. So if there are negative energetic cords, unhealthy energetic cords to be severed with a place that is not earthly, it will be strongly relevant to this particular soul incarnation. Allow the first flow of a place to now come forth to you. And this can be, for instance, a country, a continent, or a room, a building, a city, any place like that, and even an entire world. So allow this information to come forth now for this first place. And then Michael explains again, unhealthy energetic cords will be cut and all will be sealed up. Sealed up as such by Divine Mother and the relevant chakras will be sealed through platinum or gold. Again, if you feel anything like pressure or pain or lightheaded or heavy and tired, simply try your very best to remain conscious by breathing up and down your pillar, knowing that the cutting of these unhealthy cords is changing your energy bodies. Literally, it is changing the energy stream, the energy frequency. So it is literally changing you. For you are all of your energetic signature. And again, in this particular session, we are focusing on the 12 primary energy bodies as connected to the material realms of Earth in this incarnation. 70% complete now with place number 1. Michael explains that some of you may be starting to see or feel different color frequencies moving through different chakras. This is all part of the unfoldment of the process, the cutting of the cords, and the transmissions and energies sent through to you from your Ascension Council and your higher self. Flow with that process, and you may receive keys of information that are relevant for your understanding. 90% complete now with place 1. Beautiful. Place 1 fully complete, Michael says. Be ready to immediately start receiving about place 2 now. Again, past, present, future, earthly or beyond, small or very large. And some of you may receive information of a place that means nothing to you, for it may have been so painful that you do not or have not been able to recollect it. Simply understand that whatever is unfolding is your truth and in the highest for you. 40% complete now. As this process unfolds, Michael says more and more of you will be experiencing more and more colors and different energetic frequencies moving through your energy bodies, for there is a lot of energy being freed up here. Much more than perhaps you may have realized possible. 60% complete now. Keep breathing up and down your pillar and be open to receive the maximum information energetically possible. Simply allow it to move through any judgment, any constriction you feel. Hand it over now to Michael, he says, or Mother Gaia, or your Ascension Council for transformation. 70% complete.90% complete now. Almost finished with this second place, Michael says. And many of you will be starting to feel different in yourselves, even if it's very subtle. It's like you're literally letting go of many anchors. For every place and every person that you've worked with so far had multiple negative energetic cords in potential, which means a lot of energy flow is returning back to you and no longer leaking from you, or you are no longer receiving negative impulses into your field weighing you down, lowering your base frequency. Fully complete now for place 2. Immediately be ready to receive now for the final place. Past, present, future, earthly or beyond. You will start to feel more and more expansion now. And some of you will feel constriction that will soon pop open into expansion. More and more colors, different frequencies will be moving through you more freely. 40% complete now with the third place. Cutting of the unhealthy cords in connection to this third place. Again, if there's any judgments or any doubts, hand them over, Michael says. At the end of the complete series, today you will also understand, perhaps, what the patterns are amongst all the different steps you have moved through today. Your higher self and your Ascension Council will communicate those connections as well, for everything is always connected. And perhaps there are large puzzle pieces for you to figure out here as you understand where you have been leaking energy or receiving energy that is weighing you down. If you connect all of these dots, you will reach a learning and an understanding that will elevate you even beyond just the freeing up that the cutting of these negative cords will provide for you. So be aware that this will unfold for you over the next 14 days as well. Insights, and insights will be coming forth to you for where you leak energy and allow lower frequency to enter your field. There are lessons to be learned, growth to be had, and your Ascension Council and your higher self and Michael himself, he says, and Mother Gaia and Divine Mother are all there ready to help you move through this. So in future times there is no need for you to create the same leaks or take in and take on the same negative frequencies again. 80% complete now with place 3. %90 complete now. Breathing up and down your pillar a few times now. As this second part, this second stage is gently being sealed, entering into the final stretch, the final stage now, which involves the connection to 3 events: past, present, future. Events with negative energetic cords. And some of you may wonder, how can you have negative energetic cords with future events that have not yet happened in your realm? These are projections, negative projections that you've put forth. And so, for some of you, future events and negative energetic cords connected to these events may actually be holding you back in your now, in your here and now. Allow your Ascension Council and your Spirit now to bring forth the first event for which it is relevant for you to cut negative energetic cords. Again, your mind may or may not be able to make sense of this. It may be totally new information. If there are shocking events that come forth to you, simply trust and understand that the negative unhealthy cords are being severed, Michael explains. And with the cutting of these negative cords, the Akashic records are being updated as well. And Michael explains that the karmic board is there with him as well. And in some instances, the cutting of negative energetic cords and the lessons learned from that, from the patterns that are there and have been created consciously or subconsciously, taking in these learnings will offer karmic absolution as well. In some cases, simply know that this will be a positive side effect of this particular session. 60% complete now with the first event. Keep breathing up and down your pillar. Remain conscious by focusing on your in and out breath. More and more energies will freely be flowing through your energetic field. Perhaps energies you haven't felt in a long, long time. Your frequency is gently raising, and this will allow you more and more access to your next level abilities, including your clair senses. %90 complete now with event 1. So wrapping this one up, Michael says, be ready to receive information about event 2 now, past, present, future. And that includes past, present, future of this incarnation, past lives of this soul in this incarnation, and future lives of this soul in this incarnation. And the reason Michael says he explains it to such detail is so you can start to more deeply understand how multidimensional you are, and start to understand and feel and ground that linear time is but an illusion. An illusion that is relevant for your experience here on earth in this incarnation and other incarnations on earth. However, beyond, time is not linear. And this is why you will obtain more and more understanding, literally not simply through the mind, but also by feeling it. 60% complete now on the second event. You may feel certain chakras start to open more and more, or literally feel a bit painful because they haven't been this open for a long time. Other chakras can finally become more their relevant size, that have been overexpanded and overactive. And they can finally come back into their preferred shape and their preferred energetic size. 80% complete. Be mindful of spirals of energy, extra colors, higher frequencies moving through you. As gently this second event is completing. And now bring forth the final event from your spirit and your Ascension Council, the last phase of this exercise now. Keep breathing up and down your pillar and remain conscious as you breathe up and down your pillar and receive all the information relevant and necessary for you around this final event. %40 complete now. Remember to keep breathing up and down your pillar to ground these new energies. Also a reminder that over the next 14 days, more and more insights will come to you through signals and signs in your life, from the people around you, from the places around you, and events that occur. Your life is talking to you, your spirit is talking to you, and you will learn a great deal about your energetic management, where you have leaked energy in the past, and where you have allowed lower frequencies to enter into your energetic field, energies that no longer serve you. You will wrap up old patterns, sometimes ancient patterns that you no longer realize you were in. And many, many other things will come forth to you, assisting you to grow and expand. 60% complete now. 80% complete now. Enjoy all the beautiful bubbly energies in your field, and any constriction will start to dissipate. Feel the expansion in the field, the raising of the frequencies, the multitude of colors coming from Earth and Source and your Ascension Council and Spirit into your field. As very gently, this final event is being wrapped up. Michael says, be ready now for all 9 elements to be wrapped up, sealed up, integrated, and you may notice a clockwise or counterclockwise spiral of energy around you. This will be different for each and every one of you, depending on certain polarities of your energy. Simply receive now. Breathe up and down your pillar. And you will feel when this sealing is complete. Gently sit in the circle again, in the God Presence Communion Temple, focusing again on the energetic swords at the middle of the temple. You will notice that 9 of them are gone. They have been used for each of the 9 elements of your journey. 3 remain. Michael says, this is my gift to you. 1 energetic sword, in particular for you to use from here on in, to disconnect unhealthy energetic cords with a person or a group. The 2nd sword for places, and the final and 3rd sword making up the 12 energetic swords for severing unhealthy negative energetic cords with events. You will know when to use them. You will be guided when to use them. They are now a part of your energy bodies and a tool for you to activate and use when you need them. Michael says, thank you so much for allowing him to serve you in this way. He wishes all the best for you in regards to the unfoldment of this particular stage of the journey. Many, many, many blessings. Breathe up and down your pillar now. Come fully back into your here and now as we ask for all this energy work to be sealed and to integrate with grace, ease, love, light, and empowerment. We thank Michael, your Ascension Council, Mother Gaia, Divine Mother, and all the temples and our God presences deeply. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, so be it, so be it, it is done. Many, many, many blessings on the unfoldment and unraveling of this journey over the next 14 days.